Something I picked up on really quickly last year, and I'm sure most can agree, the box office is completely unpredictable. You've got movies like Joker 2, The Fall Guy, Furiosa that barely cracked 200 million. And keep in mind, these were anticipated releases that were predicted to do really well, and now they're losing money faster than your grandma gambling her life savings away at the slot machine. I mean, what is going on? Meanwhile, the sequel to Inside Out made 1.6 billion and is now the 8th highest grossing film of all time. I'm sorry? I mean, yeah, I knew it would do well, but those numbers? Whew, absolutely not. So I thought it would be fun to look at the most anticipated movies of 2025 and not just predict if they're going to bomb or not, but exactly how much they're going to make. Am I going to be wrong? Probably. But if the movie box office has taught me anything, you never really know until it hits the big screen. Captain America Brave New World. This movie has a lot of hype around it. I'm really excited, except I think it's going to bomb. Maybe 450 million max. And you might be thinking, oh, that's still pretty good. And it would be, if the movie didn't cost 350 million to make. Not happening. Ryan Coogler's new original film Sinners will be a box office success. Yes, I'm calling it now. The trailer looks sensational, and it only cost them about 90 mil to make, so I'm predicting about 250 at the box office. Should be good. We're all done with Disney's live-action remakes, and this one is no exception. It's bombing. It will probably still make about 350 million, but with how big the budget is, and not even taking into account marketing, it's not going to do well. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
Weird.
Over $1 billion. 1.3 to be exact. There's no way this movie won't be a success. Okay, this one's a tricky one, and I'm just going to come out and say, I think Thunderbolts is going to break even. It does look good, and I'm sure it will still do well, but it's probably going to only make about 400 million. It's not going to do much for Marvel. I stand by what I said about Disney remakes, although I still feel like this one will make more than Snow White. I'd guess around 600 million. Should be a success. They're trying to hype this up as the final Mission Impossible movie, so when they do eventually start to market it, they are going to pump as much nostalgia into this as possible. I think we can expect this to make 850 at least. Cobra Kai is incredibly popular, so you'd think a legacy sequel to The Karate Kid would be great and would be a massive success, and yet, for some reason, I think it's gonna bomb. Maybe 200 million? I could be wrong, and I hope I am, but I just have this gut feeling. Are people willing to go out and watch a spin-off to John Wick? I don't think so. It's gonna bomb. Maybe 120 million? This will be a major success. 800 million, no further questions. Pixar haven't had much luck with their originals as of late, but that being said, Elemental did start out slow, and with good word of mouth, it nearly made $500 million. So let's say 500 million for Elio, should be good. I know absolutely nothing about this franchise, although I do know there is a lot of hype around it, so I'm going to say it's going to be a success. It's only got a budget of around 75 mil, so even if it makes around 400, should be a good day for Sony. I could not give two hoots about F1, but I know a ton of people do, so a movie just based around that starring Brad Pitt, it's going to make bank 900 mil easily. Horror movies have insanely small budgets, and the first one did well enough, so sure, I think there's enough interest in this concept. Plus, even if it makes only $150 million, it'll still be a major success. No matter how bad these movies are, they always make $1 billion, so I'm saying it, $1 billion. Let's hope this one is actually good. I know that Superman is one of the most anticipated movies of all time. I mean, we are talking about arguably one of the most famous comic book characters of all time. And it pains me to say it, I think this movie is only going to break even. It might make 450 million, maybe. It just comes out at a time where there are a lot of blockbusters releasing. That being said, I am split because it is such a huge IP, but we'll have to wait and see. 750 should be a success. I think as we're building to Doomsday and Secret Wars, all these MCU movies should take off. Again, it's horror. It has an insanely low budget, so even if it makes 120 million, it's still a success. Almost guaranteed. The Wicked hype is insane, so as long as they promote this movie just as much as they did for part 1, it is a guaranteed success. 700 mil easily. The first one made $1 billion, so this one should make a little bit more. 1.1. Should be huge. The first one was fine. The second one should probably do just as well. 300 million. And rounding out the year, we have the third Avatar, and I don't even think I'm swinging for the fence here. 2.2 billion, which will make it the highest grossing film of the year, but also one of the highest of all time. And that is it, but we'll have to wait and see, because truthfully, I don't want any of these movies to perform badly. Film is a medium that involves thousands of people working years to create something really special. Yeah, you've got your big blockbusters and your most anticipated films that of course are going to perform well, but this year I would encourage you to watch lesser known movies at the cinema. They might not be breaking the box office, but who knows? You might find something you truly like.